Have you ever been jealous of somebody who could do housework? You know, do the dishes, get down and scrub the floor because they don't have pain? Well, if you have RSI, it's a totally different story. And today, Alexandria and I, we talked about this. We're going to have our tea and we're going to talk about all of our favorite tricks and tips. And if you have any that you want to add to our stream, just dump them in the chat. You know, we're welcoming any and all tips and tricks for people with RSI. But we're going to be sharing the exact shortcuts, products, and procedures that we have discovered over the years, mainly through inventing them. Everything from the power of soaking to the unexpected benefits of having a dishwasher, things that you may not have thought of putting in the dishwasher, and products that will do the heavy lifting so that your wrists don't have to. We're also giving you permission to throw up your hands, put up your feet, and say, I just can't deal with this today, and do it tomorrow or whenever, or get some help. And we'll be revealing the tools that we cannot live without. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Alexandria. One of the things that I discovered is there's my toothbrush holder. And you know how the grungy they get? I discovered that if I just sort of rinse it out and put it upside down in the top of the, or it could probably be on the bottom as well. If you put your toothpaste holder there, it comes out beautiful. It comes out clean. And you don't, you know, it just, when I think about it and I notice it's getting grungy, I just throw it in the dishwasher. The dishwasher is also great for things like, do we have another option here?
Sure.
The vents
from
your stove. You just have to slide it back. But I did that once and I thought, gosh, I wonder if it would work. And I tried it and it came out really sparkling.
Really well in the dishwasher.
Yeah. So, and they fit. I mean, a lot of things fit. Do you put anything in your dishwasher, Alexandria?
I do. For me, it's the refrigerator. I like to always clean out the refrigerator. Like when there's as few items as possible, that's usually a good time to do it. And I find it's really hard to do the whole thing at once. So it may take me a couple of weeks, but I will take one of the containers that's in like one of the crisper drawers, or pretty much everything, not everything, but almost everything can fit in the dishwasher. Well, it depends on the dishwasher, and then it's great. So I'm able to wipe down the food that's supposed to go back into it, like the jars, you know how they get kind of gross on the bottom. And I usually put like a soaking, soapy, hot cloth on the counter, and then I put the jar of whatever, pickles, mustard, you name it, and then I just kind of rotate it so it gets all the gunge off the bottom, and then it can go back into the nicely, freshly cleaned. Yeah.
Drawer. Wait a minute. Let me see. So you take the sticky jar of whatever, peanut butter, whatever sticking.
That's right.
Syrup, and then you put it on a soft towel.
That's
been. You move the towel around.
Oh no, I move the jar around. Like either rotate it.
You rotate the jar.
Yeah, or shift it back and forth.
It's kind of like those muddy feet things that they have for the dogs.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I wonder if that would work for these.
I know. Maybe we should start using muddy feet.
Yeah, right. Right. But
they always look so good on TV. You can never tell what they're actually going to do. But in real life, will this work?
Exactly. So yeah, I find this helpful, and I just do one thing at a time. So I mean, I move everything, like that was my crisper drawer, and I moved everything out. And actually, on the top shelf, I had a side drawer from the refrigerator with some condiments on it, and I just move them to another part of the refrigerator while it's being washed, and it comes out great. For anything that's really big, if you have a hose, a yard hose or something, or a bathtub, you can soak it in a bathtub or outside with the garden hose. So that's for the stuff that's really huge. But maybe get someone to help you move things, especially if it's glass.
I remember one time I put I have plastic organizers, and I had put this thing in the dishwasher and it melted.
That
So it got all deformed. But if it's a, depending on the plastic, it's really handy. And also for things like sponges, they can get really
yeah.
grainy. But if you put the sponge in the dishwasher thing, it comes out, if it's a relatively new sponge, it could come out nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the dishwasher, I mean, it's so great because it tends to get things cleaner than hand washing.
Definitely. And also put it on a low setting. So if there's a gentle cycle or anything like that, use that. So hopefully you keep your plastics less heat melted.
Yeah. And mine has a little attachment with the silverware, and
Yeah.
it's got a little grate thing where you can actually put knives so that they don't get knocked around. But I
Right.
use it for I have scoops, measuring cups that have handles. So I put that there and it helps.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything and everything.
Yeah.
Dishwashers are
I
good.
mean, they ought to make a special dishwasher for people with RSI, like odd sizes or things. We should pitch it to, not Procter and Gamble, but um, stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so do we have another? I'm
No.
looking at my notes here, and we don't have slides for a few of the things.
Yeah.
But maybe I can stick it in. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I noticed, how sometimes you get a spot in your t-shirt for some reason, and the spot won't come out. Sometimes I spray with spray and wash, and it still doesn't come out. But I have discovered that Dawn dishwashing soap, even when something has been through the washer and dryer, will remove stains.
Really?
You just saturate the just put it full strength on the thing, and I tend to leave it for a few hours, like maybe even overnight, and then after that you can throw it in the wash again, and it has worked for more than one
Oh,
spot.
wow.
Yeah.
The power of Dawn.
The power of Dawn. I know, it's amazing. It's my favorite cleansing tool. I mean, it's so
I
helpful
had
for,
no idea.
yeah, it's
That's
really,
awesome.
yeah. I don't know I mean, I hope this isn't exclusive to me, but it's like, you just bought the darn thing and you get some sort of spot
Oh,
on it, and then you think, oh, but I tried it. I actually heard this from the towel attendant in a gym that I used to work at. Her name was Omega. And she says, that Dawn, she says, you don't even have to whoosha. It just works. So I have to thank Omega for that great tip. But I mean, she didn't do the whole, spot cleaning thing
yeah. Oh,
that I
wow.
did.
I'm gonna have to try that next time because I find those other I've used various things and they just don't work
Spray and
very.
wash. Sometimes they work, but sometimes, like, spray and wash is good for lipstick. If you get it on the, I use real napkins. I don't use paper napkins. I use cloth ones. And I shouldn't say real, but I use cloth ones. And, I wear lipstick, and sometimes the lipstick gets on the napkin. But if I spray it with spray and wash, it cleans out. It lifts it up and takes it away.
That's pretty awesome.
I
I've just been
know.
using it in the kitchen.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I like are the Mr. Clean's magic erasers.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that.
If you have like doors that get grimy,
Yes.
they're very good. And I don't find they take a lot of effort, because there's some sort of magic ingredient in there that does
Hence the name.
the trick. Yeah. So that's another thing that I use. And then I also discovered this by accident. I don't know why this happened, but I used to have a white porcelain sink, and they get stained, coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And I put some Comet on, and then for some reason there was a paper towel on top that got wet. And a
Uh-huh.
few hours later, I went to remove it, and that portion was sparkling. So I discovered that if you have a stain on a porcelain sink,
Oh, wow.
and you just sprinkle Comet, I think it has bleach in it, and then you take a paper towel and let it get a
What?
little bit wet. You don't want it to be so
So,
soaking that it takes the powder away.
huh.
But that really worked for me. I'm not sure my bathtub is the same stuff because it doesn't work as well as my bathtub. But um, there you go.
Comet
Soak,
Dawn.
soak the Comet trick.
Yes.
And then there's one other thing. As long as we're on the topic of bathroom, we're going to be all over the place,
Yes.
viewers. So you're just going to have to listen to the whole thing because what this is about as organized as we could get it. So anyway, I use Method. Do you have that up there in Canada?
Yeah, we
So
do.
they make a nice shower spray.
Uh-huh.
So after you take your shower, it's the daily shower spray. And it's got a nice spray
Trigger.
thing. So you don't, yeah, it's got a better trigger. And that smells nice and it seems to help. And if you can't figure out how to open the cap, that's why you need pliers. Because that's how you open the spray cap, which is the most popular short on my channel, is how to open a spray bottle. How
Wow.
to open those difficult spray bottles.
That's I never thought of actually using pliers. I just get
Oh
so
my God.
frustrated and
I have one in every room. I have not only one, but well, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about pliers later, but you need, and one of the viewers says, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have my dirty things from my shop in my kitchen.
well,
I'm
buy
going,
one just
no, you buy a separate one for
yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah,
You don't put
absolutely.
your grease-filled stuff on it.
You could buy more than one, people.
Exactly. Well, I have duplicates of everything that I use a lot. So I have one in every room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So now, according to my sheet, I don't know if you still have our cheat sheet, but it's your turn to talk about roller carts.
Oh, yes, the roller carts. So the roller cart,
Roll, people.
roll. Just a sec. Let me get the right slide up for that.
And
There
you've
we
got a
go.
new cat t-shirt. We love this.
Oh, yes, Bast, the Egyptian goddess.
Yes, we love the Egyptian goddesses.
Um, so the roller carts, and you can see one here in the laundry. So I find they're useful for everything. They're good for transporting items around the kitchen, around the house. You just put stuff on the cart and then you can move it. But get a good cart with good wheels, right? Otherwise, it's a little harder to
Then you
wheel.
have to strain yourself pushing it.
Exactly. And you can hip check it or knee it or whatever works for the day, elbows on it. So get creative with how you move it around. And again, of course, it depends on your surface. If you've got carpets, that's when you kind of drag things. But that's a whole other discussion. But if you've got a front loading washer and dryer, because I find the top load ones are really hard on my hands if I'm lifting up anything that's been through the washing machine. It's wet and
Heavy.
it's heavy and it just doesn't want to separate. So that's a no-go for me. So the front loading washer and dryer is great. So I have a cart with the laundry basket on it, and so the clothes or the towels in this case are in it, and it's easy enough to move back and forth between the washer and the dryer, pulling them out of the washing machine, nudging it over to the dryer, pushing it into the dryer. So it's a lot easier than just pulling one thing at a time. You can just kind of get your body in there and pull it out right onto the cart. Um, And I also have a laundry sorter that has tabletop kind of on it, and that's great for folding or sorting or whatever. So as you can see there, I have that as well, and all of that makes the laundry easier. It's not amazing, but it's a lot easier than it was before. So
Great
that's
ideas. And
yeah.
I also like the front loading. I find them
Oh
easier.
yeah, much easier, much easier. Um, yeah, I can go on about a couple other things if you like,
Yeah. Um, I have
or do you?
your soaking pots and pans.
Oh, yes, yes. So I'm just before that. So this,
Oh,
yeah, the spatter. So I'm embarrassed to say that, I've had RSI now for like 28 years, and this just dawned on me not that long ago. It happens. Um, I will take a crappy towel. So these are like old bath mats, and I've got a bunch of them, and I will lay them down around the cooking area where spatter is going to happen. That way, I don't actually have to clean the counter so vigorously afterwards. Like, when you're cooking, you get the oil, grease, whatever, sauce. And of course, after you're done cooking, you want to eat. And so you go eat, you come back, and by that point, the spaghetti sauce or whatever has been fused to the countertop.
yeah.
That's a real bummer.
And then
So
it's hard to scrub off.
exactly. So I put down a towel, and that catches all the spatter, and it's a lot easier to clean up than I just throw this in the washing machine. So I find that to be very helpful.
Do you use those oven liners for the same reason? You know, those tinfoil oven liners that you put on the bottom? So if
Oh,
you're
in the
baking,
oven area, yes. Yeah. Yeah, they make silicone ones as well, but if you throw in just tin foil and then you just throw it away once it's kind of grungy, it's
that's another thing you can put in the dishwasher. You know those strips that you put between the counter
yes,
and the stove?
yes,
You
I put
can
those,
in the dishwasher
yes,
and they
yes,
clean right up.
yeah, those are amazing. You don't see them on my picture there, but I do have them. Yeah,
Yes, that looks good. It looks like you're making a marinara sauce or something.
yes.
Delicious.
Thank you. But
A
then
resident chef.
unfortunately, there's the aftermath of the cooking implements themselves, and I found that the uh, the cheaper the cookware, the harder it was actually to clean.
Hmm.
So some good stainless steel, even though it's a little bit heavier, it's a lot easier to clean as long as you're willing to just spend some time soaking it. So usually I just put, here's my Dawn. I put a couple
Hmm.
drops of Dawn in it, fill it up with hot water, and then I just let it soak overnight. And honestly, the next day, you can either take a spatula or a scrubby, whatever, and you get all that baked on stuff off. In the worst case scenario, I will put it back on the stove. So I'll put the pan or the pot on the stove, and then I'll slowly fill it with water and a few drops of Dawn. Don't leave it unattended, because
Yeah.
once it starts bubbling front with the hot boiling water, so you turn the heat on and the soap suds, it will kind of go everywhere. So you gotta don't leave it unattended, and that will also help remove the baked on grit and grime on the pan as well.
I think I've used powder, you know, like either baking powder or not baking powder, baking soda
Oh yeah,
or something to boil, and that helps too.
yes, yeah, especially
But
if you add
yeah, the
vinegar.
boil it away is a good thing. The other thing that I do sometimes when things are really bad, um, I put it in. I do the best I can to get the junk out,
Mhm.
and then I put it in the dishwasher, and then it's much easier to get out after I put
Yeah,
it through the cycle
yeah,
in the dishwasher. But yeah, the thing is that I tend to walk away. It's just
No.
not a good habit for a chef because
Well,
you think, oh, I'll just go check my computer, and then suddenly you smell something and it's like, oh no, there goes my oatmeal.
oh, oatmeal's got to be one of the worst to get stuck
Yeah,
on. Oh,
it's so good, but it
yikes.
gets gritty.
That's what timers are for.
I know. I have a nice little timer, my little cube. And when I remember to use it, it's very helpful. It's the human nature part of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. I'm just going to quickly check something. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So cleaning product acts. Oh, what did you have on your list? Sorry, Deborah.
Well, I'm looking at yours. Well, I talked about mine, except for that they also have Method also has a spritzer floor cleaner that doesn't need to be rinsed, and it's not bad. You can just squeeze the bottle and then mop, and that can be helpful, when you don't want to get down and really scrub the floor. Something just flew out of my head.
But you use your feet to scrub, don't you? Like
Sometimes,
on a
but I
towel?
do have a mop. I've got a stick mop that's not too terrible. I mean, this is something that everybody needs to adjust for their own body, because things that you can do that you can't do are things that I can do, and vice versa.
Yeah. Oh, that is so critical.
So, you can't assume that just because it's easy for you, it's going to be easy for the next person. Because RSI is very unique and individual.
Yeah.
But yeah, the floor, that's another thing where if you don't get it up off the floor, then it's harder. That's where the process comes in, as of getting the smudge or the spatter or the something while it's fresh.
Exactly. But
rather than
if you see it, sometimes you don't see it. I know on the floor it's like out of sight, out of mind.
And then 6 months later, you think, oh, that was the little missing piece of zucchini that I was looking for.
It's mummified now.
So we talked about soaking. We talked about cast iron. I think most people with RSI aren't going to be using cast iron, as lovely as it is.
But carbon steel, if you can afford it, carbon steel is really light and is just as good. So,
really?
Yes, it's amazing. I've got a carbon steel wok. Oh my gosh, it is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And you pretty much season it the same way. Yeah, I love my carbon fiber. If I could afford, to get carbon steel.
You don't have to scrub it with salt like you're supposed to do with cast iron. You're not supposed to use water with cast iron.
Right. You can and you can wash it and then quickly dry it and then apply oil on it, right?
Yeah.
Like I always keep a sheen of oil on mine, and then I put wax paper on top of it, right? Just so that it does. My other wok, I've got a stainless wok as well, which does not perform as well as the carbon steel. But the carbon steel is amazing. I would have a lot of more carbon steel if I could afford it.
I know some of this stuff can get really pricey.
Yeah.
So then moving right along, you say to keep daily used products out for easy access rather than having to open the cupboard doors all the time.
Yes, absolutely. It's so you can see in the picture there, I've got two different types of countertop cleaners or sink cleaners. I've got my Dawn and my various scrubbing implements, and that's just all out in the open all the time. I have a bit of OCD, so I always need to be cleaning and tidying up the kitchen area. So that saves me having to open and cupboards all the time or bend down. And anyway, just having it accessible.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's a good idea. And then you say, did you talk about folding clothes right out of the dryer to avoid wrinkles and reduce
Um,
ironing?
I
Did you
think we
talk?
both mentioned that at some point. I know
Yeah.
that I try to do that, but the reality is depends on how my arms are doing that day, right?
Yeah. And then mopping the floors with feet sounds like a lot of fun. You could
Whoosh,
do a
whoosh.
little bit. Um, I think using your feet, I mean, I knew a woman with RSI who actually cleaned out her bathtub that way. And I think it's great if you've got really good balance, but very dangerous idea because you don't want to slip and fall. So many accidents happen in the bathroom.
If you have those handles though, like the
Mhm.
bars, like the last place I lived in, we had those
Safety bars.
safety bars,
Yeah.
and I would kind of use that and use my feet. So I admit I've
Yeah.
done that too.
Because
But I
you
won't,
can,
yeah, you can,
and then you'll have very clean feet as well.
that is
Yeah,
true.
do the thing. Okay.
Lemony fresh.
All right. We talked about the shelving and stuff. Um, I've also been known to take, if you have a gas stove, they have those wrought iron, the things that hold up the pot. I don't know what you call them. They're made out of iron.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, yes, I know what you
Those
mean.
can go in the dishwasher too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, wow.
it gets the grime off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as I think what would be better is to put them in when you're cleaning your oven,
Mm-hmm.
spray them with the what's that good
Oh,
oven cleaner? Jiffy? Is that the oven cleaner I like? It
I don't.
doesn't smell,
Oh,
doesn't have the fumes. There's a
that's
very good oven cleaner and
so,
it makes a
oh,
foam.
yeah.
If you put that on those um what do you call them?
Great.
Yeah, on the grates or
Yeah.
whatever it is. You know what I'm
Burners.
talking about.
The
The
burners.
burners,
Burners. Oh my.
the burner cover things.
Yes.
If you put those in when you're cleaning your oven, that's the time to do it because that will go deep. But
Mhm.
in between, you can also put them, in the dishwasher.
Hmm. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
Well, I've done it. Maybe
Now
you
I
can.
know. And
Maybe
other
you
people
can.
know.
Oh, okay, so the dishwasher, we did that. Okay. Um, do we have pictures of the powerful cleaning fluids that can be administered and left to do most of the work rather than us having to scrub? Do we have photos or do
No,
you want to mention products?
oh my gosh. I mean, phew. Well, you mentioned a few already, your Comet and your the Dawn.
And there's that spray, the power bleach. Oh God, what is it called? It's very powerful. It's a
Right.
Clorox spray.
Right. Yeah, anything you can get, although I recommend looking at reviews online because
Yes.
some of these products don't work very well. One trick I've used is a bag of vinegar with baking soda in it.
Oh, I
Uh,
love vinegar and baking soda. That's how I clean
yeah,
my drains.
and I put that around the shower heads to make sure that it cleans out all the holes in the shower head. I find because you get the calcium buildup. Well, I guess it depends on where you live. I get iron buildup, but so various buildup in the jets. And if you just wrap a plastic baggie with the baking soda and the vinegar, wrap it around that and leave it for a few hours. That tends to clean out the little
What a
holes.
great idea.
Yeah,
I
I don't have
love
a picture.
I love baking soda um, and washing soda. I put that in my laundry,
Oh, right. Yes.
and it's
Yes.
really powerful. I mean, these things are so benign, but
Yes.
they can be very powerful and helpful. And I
Yes.
also like it from the environmental viewpoint. They don't
Exactly.
do things to the environment.
Yeah.
So we got, okay, keep countertop cleanser on hand at all times in the kitchen, along with some rags to immediately clean up any spills. This is from Alexandria. Sauces can spatter onto stove and counter. Once dry, seem to adhere to the surfaces like glue, requiring much more effort to clean. Yes, you end up doing more laundry, but rags don't require any special attention. Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then the other thing that you mentioned was to avoid um, carpets and use hardwood instead. I have carpets and vacuuming is not fun.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, thankfully I mean, I've lived so many years with carpet, and then when we moved into this place, it's all hardwood floors, which has been really, really nice. So we've got like robots to do the vacuuming of the hardwood floors and even the washing as well. And I mean, there's so many advances made on those floor cleaning devices. They're getting better and better all the time. But
It's a cute idea. I mean, it's a great idea to save
yeah,
the labor.
oh yeah.
Because some people, if they've got knee issues or bending, it could be hard for them to use those other tools, and the vibration could be a
Yeah.
problem.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
and you use dusting mittens. Did you happen to bring any?
Yeah, I have a picture. Well, I made a slide. Uh, there we go. So there's
Oh,
different
how cute.
there's different kinds of dusting mittens. It was interesting. I mean, I've seen all of these. I've used variations of them. Um, but be careful that whatever you're holding or dusting, use kind of the gloved ones rather than the mitts for anything that's really fragile. Because if you use the gloved ones, then you're going to be able to grip it a little bit better. But what I also do is I use whatever mild cleaning product and I spray the mittens down a little bit so that they've got a bit of that cleaning product on it, and then attack whatever it is I'm dusting. So I find that works really well. So just match the dusting mitt to what you're dusting and maybe put a little bit of cleaning fluid on it so that it's a little bit easier, gives you a little bit more traction. You don't douse it, you just a little bit. But yeah, all these different types of cleaning gloves and mittens work really well for when you have to dust your little tchotchke items and things.
Oh, all right. And then you say to use lightweight, flexible garden hoses.
Yeah, yeah. So if you do any sort of gardening or just have an outdoor hose, make sure it's a lightweight one rather than like a heavy one or ones that
Brittle.
don't, yeah, they don't bend and you end up fighting it, right? You want something that's a little malleable if you use
Yeah.
hoses. Yeah.
And then we have my idea is to purchase lightweight cookware. Um, I
Yes.
think you can slide things. That's one way of dealing with heavier stuff. Slide rather than lift.
Yeah.
Um, but I use very lightweight things because I just can't lift those beautiful ones with the porcelain coatings.
Oh,
They're
right.
too heavy for me.
Yeah.
And when I'm using a teapot, the other thing to watch out for is the balance. I like this kind of handle better because it's easier to pour. But if you have one on the side, it's not so easy for me. But I love this kind of teapot, and these are not so easy to find. I
Oh,
had
I
to order
bet.
this online because my other one, the
Wow.
spout was leaking,
Eh,
and wouldn't you know, this spout leaks too. So I have to look for another one, but still, I like those. They're just easier to use.
Well, that one
Um,
looks like you could use it with two hands too, because I can't, like that would, what you just showed me, that would
yeah,
kill me, right? But I see that I could probably get both my hands on the handle. Yeah.
yeah. You could also support it from the bottom, you
Yeah.
know, that way.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned Dawn, and Dawn makes one of their products is upside down, and it's supposed to be easier, but it's not easier for me because you have to squeeze it. You know the one I'm talking about? They made an upside down bottle thinking, oh, this is so much easier.
Oh,
But
like
it
the ketchup
requires quite a
bottles.
grip. So I use the old fashioned one with the little cap.
Yes.
And sometimes I get so mad at people. They change the product and you finally find one that you can maneuver.
Yes.
And then they change it to something else that's so hard to deal with. Like my favorite witch hazel used to come in a really easy package. And
Right.
now I have to pour it into a different container so that I can use it more easily. I mean, I make those kinds of substitutions all the time.
Right.
If I like a product, but I don't like the packaging, then I have to do this. And, you know, why make it hard on the hands? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, they don't think about ergonomics really, right?
I got a job for Lancome once, and you know they do the makeup,
Mm-hmm.
and they hired me to talk about the ergonomics of their products, and the packagers were just like glomming onto me. They wanted to sit with me, and they could have sat with me all day, and the guys wouldn't let them. And you know how sometimes you'll buy a little something and it'll have the most satisfying little click and
Yes.
you know
Yes.
it's secure and you just love opening and closing that box because
Yes.
it just
You
it's
know.
perfect. And
Yep.
you know, and other times it's like I like the color of the eyeshadow, but I do not want to pry. Can't you make it easier to open? Can't you make like a little thing where you can
Uh-huh.
spring and it will flop open by itself? So um anyone, if there's any manufacturers out there, I'm hireable and I can give you lots of good feedback for your
Yes.
product. I've
Yeah.
done that actually. I've done
Yeah.
some of that, but it's like think of the hand.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think when I'm at the store, I'm looking at every single possibility of,
Yes.
you know, how is this going to work? Um, the other thing I was going to say is if you tend to drop things, you know, people with nerve injuries are constantly shattering glasses, so they buy plastic cookware and plastic glasses. But a lot of people take that countertop stuff, you know, the webbing that you use
Oh,
your for your glass drawer,
yes.
you know, the webbing that you can get, and
Yeah.
they put that in their sink
Yes.
so that if they drop something, it doesn't shatter.
Yes. Definitely a good idea. Sorry, I keep bringing this slide up. I think that's where you're going.
Oh, well, go ahead, go for it.
Oh, no. Just single-use cookware and dishes, right? So like
Oh, that's such a
aluminum,
good, yeah.
yeah, pie plates, and bamboo cutlery and paper plates. Yes, they're single use, but we do what we can, but sometimes saving our wrists is a little
It's
more.
more important. What about that?
Yeah.
Well, you can recycle some of this stuff too.
You can, yeah, the
So
bamboo,
that's
for
an
instance.
aluminum baking dish, right? In the
Yes,
back.
yeah, yeah, those are all aluminum. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. While we're on the topic, I use the garbage bags with the flaps rather than the twisties
That's
because
a
it's
lot.
easier for me to tie things
Yes,
than it is for me to use those twisties,
yeah.
which just, yeah, I don't like the string ones either. I like the flaps.
Oh, those string ones I find really hard to pull, and
Yeah.
I can't cinch it as tightly as it needs to go. So I'm like you,
Yeah.
the flaps, because
Yeah.
I can
The
at least still,
see, great minds,
yeah.
Alexandria, we think alike. Um, and so, and so now we get to one of my favorite parts. I think we've covered everything we were going to cover. Did we cover all the slides?
There's let me see. Yes, we have. There's one thing though I do want to mention that kind of goes back to your plastic cups and things, if I may.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I use Yeti mugs because they have a ridge. Well, this one, it's a pint size, and it has a ridge, so it allows you to hold on to it. I stupidly bought this one, which doesn't have a
Oh,
ridge, and it's I can't really hold on to it. This one, though, I can hold on to it. And the nice thing is, even with the straw in it, it has, whoops, sorry, hang on, there we go. So if it falls over, the liquid is less likely to come out.
ah,
I find the Yeti one, so if we take the straw out, and there, now that's completely closed. And if it falls over, which happens to me constantly, and I got these because someone mentioned to me that I need a sippy cup because I have the tendency to my hand spasm and I knock over whatever I'm drinking on my desk and it goes into my keyboard or whatever. So I said, there's got to be an adult version of a sippy cup. So I found it in Yeti. Yeti, thank you.
you know, I have an idea for you for that other cup that doesn't have the ridge. Get a fat rubber band and put several rubber bands.
And then that's a great idea.
That'll hold it for you.
See?
Because you got the, you know, if you've got it, sometimes rubber bands, I mean, you'll have to change it periodically.
Sure.
But if you use two, if one breaks,
Yeah.
then you still got the other one. And
That's a
it's
great
really good for traction.
That is a great idea.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but this is my favorite cup. And
Yes.
I only have one of them. So I keep thinking I need another one because I do my dishes every other day.
Yes.
And this goes in the dishwasher. So I'm thinking, you know, it'd be nice to have another one as a spare.
Right.
But I'm just as picky as you are about purchasing anything that I'm going to be handling. I'm very particular. I mean,
yeah,
I'm a human tester.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I was in a store looking at whisks, and this guy came, and I'm looking at this wall. So it was like a gourmet foodie place, and they had like this wall of all these different whisks, and I'm looking at them. I'm taking them off the wall and inspecting and holding them. And one of the shop people came over and wanted to help. And I explained my dilemma. I said, look, I said, my hands don't work very well. I'm looking for something that I can kind of roll between my fingers, but that's got good whisking capability, right? Anyway, and so he actually was really instrumental in helping me figure out which whisk would work best for me and my crippled hands, and it was awesome. So it's nice that
I love it. Yeah, and you just educated someone about RSI, you know, that may not have known. Yeah. I mean,
sorry.
The other thing that I like, or that as long as we're on the topic, I like the handles, you know, the tops for the pans, the saute pans. They have glass tops.
Oh, yes.
The domes. I don't like the little round ones. I like the handles. And the higher the handle, the less likely you're going to be to burn yourself.
Yes.
So for that, you can use a flex. Your fingers are going to naturally flex. It's easier for you to pick it up than to have to use the pinch grip.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I made sure that the cookware set I got have the handles on it. Yeah. Because of that.
Okay, so we're getting to one of my favorite portions of our live stream here. We're gonna have a show and tell of props. So this is one of my favorite things. So what do I have in every room? I have scissors. These are Fiskars. And I have a pair of spring-loaded. These are fantastic. They're really sharp.
Yes.
And they spring back open. So all you have to do is use your power grip to do that. And they just fly right open. These are great.
Yes.
I think I did a video with a link on these. If not, I can link. But Fiskars I like because they're sharp and they're easy, and you can get spring-loaded kind. But for opening, you know, any kind of packaging is just and you use it all the time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the cereal bag and it's got that thing and you don't want to rip it. So you just use this and clip, clip, clip. It's really indispensable.
Yes.
And then I have pliers. These are my favorite. I like spring-loaded things
Yes.
because then you don't have to pry them open.
Yeah.
These are snub-nosed.
Ah.
And
I like those.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll put it on the video. And then these are the kind that you can do
damage.
These get big, or you can do them smaller.
Gotcha.
And they've got, do you see the little threading?
Yeah. You can really catch stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about the bottles that are the shrink wrapped kind of.
So I use that. I also use rubber gloves to help me get off caps. Sometimes that will work well. Screwdriver. This is just a flat little screwdriver, but like for the Harney tea that I couldn't open, I had to get underneath, and someone said, "Why didn't you just use a spoon?" And I'm thinking, well, that would work too, maybe, depending on your spoon.
It'd have to be really firm.
And then this is absolutely indispensable. This is a little retractable razor.
Yes.
And you know the little, you'll get a package of something that's got a plastic seal on it. I don't want to struggle with that. I just take this and slice.
Yes.
These are so handy.
Yes.
These are Olfa or something. I'll put the link down.
The link, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then the other thing for getting open is the handy dandy Stanley mat knife.
Yes.
And the guy at the hardware store was nice enough to replace the blade for me.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. I mean, I'm so grateful. I say, bless you, going straight to heaven. And then this is really handy. I use this all the time for ring tabs. I don't know if you can see, but this part slips underneath the ring, and then you slip it up, and then I take my nutcracker and I go underneath, and that's how I get open the tuna cans or the cans of beans.
Yes.
This, I think it's called a Brennium, but I love this little thing. It really works.
Yes.
And so if you don't have one, I mean, it's plastic, so this part of it doesn't really do the trick. This is supposed to help you do that, but I don't use it. I just use the part that lifts up the difficult tab.
Right. I have one, actually I have two in the kitchen that will do both lifting up of the tab, and then the other part will allow you to pull. I'll find a link that you can put in as well. So
great. Yeah, and maybe send me a picture of it as well, or the link would have the picture. And then the final one, you have one too, so we should do this together, the whacker.
Oh, yes.
So Alexandria showed me her whacking technique. It's one of the top 10 most popular videos on my whole channel. It's how to open a jar.
Yeah.
And Alexandria is whacking. She gives 3 whacks and then a little scoop. And
it breaks the seal.
It really works.
It does. It was one of the first things I think I figured out when I was first, gimped with my hands, and I had to open a jar of pickles, and nothing's going to separate me from my jar of pickles.
But how did you figured it out on your own? The whacking and the...
Yeah.
Or did you?
I don't know. I looked at it, and there was no way I could twist it off, right? It's vacuum sealed. And I thought, you got to break the seal. And I'm like, if you hit it hard enough with something, so I don't know. And I was just looking around the kitchen and my eyes fell on this. And I have had this since university. This thing is so old.
I had to go online to get this one.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think it's exactly the same as yours. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not.
little different. Well, this is plastic. I'm amazed at the, and that it's a little bit rusty, but I don't care. You're gonna bury me with this thing.
I
So
know. Lauren, pry it from my cold dead hands.
that's right.
Do you have any other things?
The only other thing I have, and I showed it to you earlier, and I just thought about this. Um,
Oh
tub
yeah.
Tub O towels. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it anywhere. And I love this because sometimes we have spills or something falls and it's left a mess, and you don't want to clean it up with your own towels and throw it in the washing machine because it's so gross and grungy. Or I accidentally dropped a bottle of pasta sauce, and it was um, pasta sauce combined with shattered glass all over my kitchen floor.
Oh no.
I was going to cry. And so I spent, I don't know how much time and how many of these, but I didn't care, because the towels are thick. They're already pre-moistened with cleaning fluid, and you just deal with it and it's gone, right? Because
It's
it
kind of like
just,
those when we had COVID, everybody had those
the wet wipe,
that what yeah, that had
yeah,
the bleach and stuff that would kill the virus.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a
it,
great idea. Oh, and they
yeah,
come out nice.
they come out really well. And like I said, they're really thick. I don't know if you can see, but they are thick.
Uh-huh.
And so I find, oh, and that was, so yeah, whoops. And
Those
they
look
don't smell
great.
too bad, but yeah. So honestly, for quick or just really nasty stuff that you don't want to use your own towels and things, and I find paper towels, they're a pain to use because they're also thin, and then you have to moisten them, so you have to use your hand power to spray them with whatever. These are all, they're ready to go.
Would
They're good to
those
go.
work on mirrors?
I don't think so. They probably leave streaks,
Mm.
but they might
But
have
what
some.
about the floor? I mean, what do you use them to clean up floor messes or?
Counter messes, floor, any messes. I mean, if it's on the mirror, I'd clean that, but then I would probably actually use proper window cleaner. I prefer the foam spray as opposed to like Windex,
Huh.
like fluid, but I find the foam spray is easier on my hands when I'm cleaning glass or mirrored surfaces. But that's just me, right? My partner, it's the opposite. Can't handle the foam spray, but prefers the Windex. So,
Yeah.
and,
Well,
and
foam spray might be a different trigger. It could be one
yeah,
of those press down ones,
I
but
could feel it,
it
right?
could also be the drag.
Yeah,
Because things like if you're dragging, that could be stressful to your hands
yeah, yeah,
rather than gliding.
yeah.
But yeah, this has been great, Alexandria. I mean,
Well,
we are we have offered a veritable fountain of Trevi of information about RSI and house
oh,
cleaning.
yes, I forgot your, and where's your, just a sec. There's all the tools. Sorry, the
Oh yes.
must-have tools I should have brought. I was so enraptured watching you. I completely forgot to put
Oh,
this one up.
it's better that way anyway.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure. The only other thing was, just a sec. It's okay to defer. If you've
yes,
said, I can't take it, I can't deal with it, you know what? That's fine. We've all been there,
we've
you
all
know.
been there. And also hiring someone if you have the means,
Mm,
even if it's periodic, you
yeah.
know, you just you just do it when you can. And also I think this is the time to have a conversation with your housemates. If you're living with other people, to try to get other people to help because, you know, people with RSI are very inventive and um, you know, like maybe you can't help somebody move, but you could watch the truck.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, there's ways of maybe bargaining your things that kill your hands and having someone else do it if you do something else,
Yeah.
because we can all contribute.
Yes.
And so let me
That's what it's
see.
about.
It is. Can we move this down so I can see better?
Oh,
Check
do you
on
want?
the to see us, but I can't now. Oh, for some reason that changed everything.
Oh.
Let's see if I can do this on my end.
Sure.
No. I'm stuck in the bottom of the screen and I can't see you.
Oh,
All right.
how strange.
It is. I can't go to top. Let's see. Well, anyway, I think that's all we have. So I'd like to thank everybody who's watching,
Yes.
and thank my deepest thanks to Alexandria for helping put this together. She was in charge of that fabulous PowerPoint. Thank you very much,
You're
Alexandria.
welcome. I'm only too happy to do that for you.
And if you have any tips that you'd like to add, you can leave them in the comments. And I will leave some of the products that we've been discussing. I will leave links to so that you can get them yourself if you find them helpful. But in the meantime, take very good care of your hands. You only have the two, so we need to take care of the hands that we have. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.